All right, let's just jump right in. Our whole world is built from these basic elements, right? But some of them, some of them have stories that are just wild. And today we're talking about one of those, phosphorus. It's got this super dramatic and honestly a kind of gross history, but it powers pretty much everything we do.
So, let me ask you something. What in the world connects a glow stick, that glowing liquid inside, to your DNA, the actual code of life that makes you who you are? They sound like they're from totally different universes, don't they?
Well, believe it or not, the answer is a single chemical element, phosphorus. It's this sort of invisible ingredient that's hiding in plain sight all around us, and it's the fundamental piece that connects some of the most surprising parts of our lives.
And I'm not kidding when I say it's everywhere. It is literally in you right now. It's in your bones, it's in your DNA, it's in the food you eat to grow, it's in the matchbook that gives us fire, and yeah, it's even in the technology in your pocket, like your phone screen. It's really the element in everything. But to really get this powerhouse element, we've got to travel back in time. And let me tell you, the story of its discovery is, not exactly glamorous. It all starts with a weird glow and a really, really smelly experiment. So picture this, it's 1669. There's this alchemist, Hennig Brand, and he's on this mission that, for the time, was pretty normal. He wants to make gold. But his methods? Yeah, they're a little unconventional. Get this, he decided to boil down massive amounts of urine. And in the middle of all that, he stumbles upon something totally unexpected, this waxy stuff that gave off a creepy greenish glow in the dark.
Yeah, no joke. This world-changing discovery, the key to so many things we rely on today, it all started right there.
And look, this wasn't some noble quest for scientific knowledge or anything. His goal was super simple. He wanted to get rich by making gold.
He actually thought the secret to making the most valuable metal on the planet was hiding in, of all things, human pee. Now, he was totally wrong about the gold part, but what he stumbled onto was so much bigger.
So what was he actually seeing, that ghostly glow? It comes from a process called chemoluminescence. It's basically a chemical reaction with oxygen that's so intense it produces light, but with no heat. He essentially discovered cold fire.
Today we see this in a glow stick and think, oh, cool. But just try to imagine you're back in the 1600s. You've never seen anything like this before. To see something just glowing in the dark on its own, it must have felt completely alien, like both amazing and absolutely terrifying at the same time.
And that magical, kind of spooky discovery, it kicked off a whole new chapter for phosphorus, one that was filled with both incredible wonder and some really terrible danger. This element was pure drama.
And you can see this two-sided nature so clearly. On the one hand, you had Victorian theaters using burning phosphorus to create these spectacular phantom shows that just blew audiences away. But on the other hand, the toxic smoke was making the actors who performed in those shows incredibly sick. And that contrast just got darker and darker when it was used to create deadly weapons in World War I. A really, really dark time in its history.
But it also brought light. Literally. The invention of the phosphorus match, they were nicknamed lucifers, was an absolute game changer. For the very first time, ordinary people could make fire, instantly, right in their own homes. Think about how revolutionary that was.
But yeah, even this amazing convenience had a dark side. These first matches were unstable, dangerously flammable. And what's worse, the white phosphorus they were made from was poisonous, causing these horrific diseases in the factory workers who had to make them.
So after this, let's call it a wild and dangerous youth, phosphorus kind of settled down. It became this unsung hero of the modern world, an element that's not just useful, but absolutely essential for life itself.
So check out this number, 1%. Now 1% might not sound like a lot, but that's how much of your entire body weight is pure phosphorus. So where is it all hiding?
Well, most of it, something like 85%, is in your bones and your teeth, making them strong. But here's the really critical part. It forms the structural backbone of your DNA, the molecule that carries every single genetic instruction for your entire body. Without phosphorus, there's no DNA.
And hey, what's essential for us is just as essential for the food we eat. In farming, phosphorus is a huge, critical part of fertilizer. It's what helps farmers grow the food we need to feed billions of people all over the planet. Without it, modern agriculture as we know it just couldn't exist.
And the list just keeps going. It's used in making steel to make it stronger. It's in the LED lights on your phone and TV screens. It's in medical treatments that help with bone diseases. And now it's being used to make these new, smarter fertilizers that are way better for the environment. It really is a modern powerhouse.
Okay, so this brings us right back to where we started. Back to our alchemist and his big quest for gold. So what was the real treasure he found that day?
Let's be really clear about this. Henrik Brand never, ever found what he was looking for. His big plan to make gold from P was, by his own standards, a complete and total failure.
But the thing he found by accident, this weird glowing stuff, it turned out to be infinitely more valuable to the world than all the gold he could have ever possibly dreamed of making.
And his story, it's just a perfect reminder that the biggest breakthroughs often come from the most unexpected places. Yup, even from an alchemist's pretty questionable experiment. You know, curiosity can lead us down some really strange roads, but where we end up can literally change the world.
So that just leaves you with one final thought, right? If something this essential to our lives was discovered in such a bizarre way, what other incredible secrets about our world are still hiding out there, just waiting for someone to find them in all the weird and wacky stuff?